Hello. Just seeing if anyone's in. Any comments? I've not got any comments yet, so I'm hoping they're going to come on in a minute. See who's in. Remember to sign your name in. Facebook user 1. Hi everyone. For a short moment. Welcome back. Just let me know if everything, you can hear everything. So you remember you have to sign your name in when you come in. Welcome to Westville's. It looks a bit untidy looking in the back camera. So good. I hope the music's going to work in a minute as well. And all the other stuff. Sorry, I've cut my chin, so it's not good for the camera. Anyway. Lovely. Somebody put your name on. So you need to type your name in. Just write, I am this, what Facebook user is this one. So I have no idea who's in. We've got 5 in at the minute. You've all forgot how to do it. I've got to remember everything's back to front as well. So I believe I've got a couple of brand new. Hello, Debbie. Okay. Right. Well, I have no idea who I'm talking to. So somebody, Debbie, tell me who's in. Hello, Westville. This is it. So just put your names in your comments. Nancy. Josie Ann. Hello. Hello, Rita. Brand new. You have no idea what's going on. Rita, don't worry about it because we haven't done this. I haven't done it for 18 months. Well, probably good. Yeah, it must be close to 18 months or something like that. A year at least. So we have to relearn everything. And the first hour is going to be for absolute beginner. So it's going to be very interesting for you and for me, just to recap everything and go nice and slowly through everything. So it should be fun. Just give it a couple of minutes. Just put your name so I know who else is in. Okay, so we're back, and it's for Rita, and I'm sure Laura. There's Laurent is in. I don't know whether he's in. I can't see his name anywhere. So he's actually come on. I've invited him. He might come and try it later. The idea now is we've got the Westville website. Thank you very much for the decor. Well, thank Laura. She must be in somewhere. We've got the website Westville's, and you'll see on there now we've added the ICE 2023, and then very shortly in the next day or two you'll be able to click onto the bronze, and then all the bronze, the old classes are in there, but I'm going to record. So straight at the end of each class I'm going to go off, finish after an hour unless Facebook kicks us off, and then come back on and do the second hour. So you'll all have to come back in for the second hour, but then the beginner class I will put in the bronze section on the website for everyone to re-look at. Otherwise Facebook will keep knocking it off in the future, and then when we do the level 2 class I'll put that in the silver for each lesson that we do. So at the end of the silver, or at the end of each one, I can download it from here, then move it across onto the website so you can see it. Oh, hello, Laura. I've got your name now. Everyone else, I can see Debbie's, I can see yours. That's it. So, yeah, Westville's looking nice, right the way down to the back, all the way. Okay, so what is it about? And especially for Rita, I'm going to introduce the whole session and just talk a little bit about what it's about and how it's going to work. So each week it used to be every day, but then we found out each week now we're going to do a class on breaking down choreography. How do you put it together? How does it all fit? And we started this right at the start of COVID. I've been dying to do it for years. I've been choreographing for over 30 years. And then I'm trying to help and encourage people, new choreography, to come through and give them the basics of how to do it. And then what happens is we get further and further down the road, and we can break all the dances down. We can break the music down, show you how to get different levels of music. Now, we did do, after about 6 or 7 months, so this is where Rita gets it straight away from the start, we have got a top 10. Now, that's the top 10 commandments of choreographing a line dance or country dance, whichever you want to call it. So I'm going to try and find it for you. Let me just do this. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay, so are you ready for this? Ah, there it is. So I'm still learning how to do this. No worries. So these are the top commandments, if we can remember what they are. So it's the song is the first one. Then research is the second one. Structure is the third. Then dance style is 4. Accents in the music is 5. We're going to go down the top 10 and see how we go with it. Number 6 is the pixie dust. And we'll explain all this in a little minute. So we're just getting down. Do you remember this? Everyone that's been in for a while, oh, remember that? Oh. This took months. This took on the first time. This took 6 or 7 months to come up with this how to, if you get the meaning, the choreography, and then it's obviously promotion, or what did I call it? 9, the level of the dance, and 10 is promotion or advertising. Yeah. Okay, so there's your top 10. And so I'm going to go through slow from a beginner, absolute beginner point of view, what each one means and what I'm talking about on it. So let me do that again. Okay, so number 1 is the music. So every single dance, every single song that you try and find, yeah, if you look through the music now, and you're listening for the song, it has to be, there's that many choreographers coming on Copperknob, there's millions of them. So you have to find the song, because every song now that's coming out, they're all in the studios, they're all everywhere. The musicians are fantastic, everything. As soon as you get a new song that's coming out, a brand new song, you have all the, what we call, and I got told off for it, but all the top shelf choreographers. You've got the Maggies, you've got the Darrens, you've got Simon, you've got all of them, Maddie, Rachel, all of that. So everyone knows, Gary, you know exactly when a dance comes out by them, everyone's going to look at it. That's fair enough. They've earned the right to be up there. What they do, everyone thinks it's easy. What they try and do is they pick a song, they get a song which they know a line dance audience or a country audience is going to love that song. They know over years they know which artist to go to, they know how to break music down, they know how to put it together, and that's it. So the level, to get to that level, you have to understand all them first 10 commandments that I put out. So let's see if I can do that again. Right. So I'm going to keep that on here. When it gets down to number 10, I'll press pause so we can go through it. But the song, you have to research. I have Spotify, I go through YouTube, I go through everything. But the way you try and do it is when you're trying to look for the song, that is the most important. It has to have something in the song. So, number one is the song. You find it. The next thing is research. Has anybody on the top shelf? Definitely. If you have a Maggie Gallagher's done that, you found the song, you've researched it. Maggie Gallagher's done a dance to it. You drop it. You don't bother. Gary, Maddie, da da da, and you look. And if you respect a lot of people, then you can say, okay, that person's choreographed to it. Leave it alone. So no matter how good the song is, leave it alone, move on, find another good song. Every single day, every single month of the year, a new song comes out, a new brilliant song. And by artists that none of the line dance community sometimes have ever heard of. So that comes to number 10. I'm going to hold it there. Okay, so that should stay there now, if I've done it right. So this is it. This is back to front. This is it. This is your top 10 commandments. So that number one is the song. It's all about that. And research is check whether you can find the music easily. If you've got Amazon, if it's on Spotify, if it's on iTunes, anything where people can buy it from or get the music. If you find that you're using a song off YouTube, you can't get it. I know people can illegally download it and put it into there, and sometimes you can get the music. But if you want massive coverage of your dance, they have to be able to get the music pre-get it. So get it from somewhere, pay for it, have it somewhere that people can download it, whatever. The structure of the dance we're going to get to in a minute, but I just want the first 1 and 2 is what we're looking for. So first off is the song. Right. When you're going through the song, you've researched the song. You found the song you like, you research it, nobody's doing it. Or you might have Fred and Shane have done an advanced dance to it, and there's nothing been done lower level. So a beginner dance or to a class level as such, if you understand what I mean by that. And that's not taking it off. Whatever. So there's a new line. They have a high level. It's an intermediate plus. So you might be able to drop down, say it's a great song. I'll go for a beginner dance or an improver dance to the same track. So you've dropped it 2 levels and you're completely attacking a different audience. Structure. So when you get to structure, which we're going to do through, and this might take a little bit of time to go through structure, each one of these, when you go through, it opens a new book. So each one of them has its own chapter of how you're going to do it as from a choreographer. So the song, you can go, and if you go to the website, I'm going to get Laura to put a password or member. And everyone that's coming here, only you as a member now, there's 20, I think, or something like that at the minute. The 20 members can go onto the website. You put your membership in, do it, we'll accept it so you can go in there. And then what I've done is we've done a program. I've done about 8 programs going over all of this from before. So I've uploaded that onto the website, but we have to just fix it with the link. So it's going to be up today or tomorrow. So for Rita, I'm not sure if Laurent's in yet, but he's going to be able to fix that later. Go in there and see this class and also see the other programs, which are all the same. They don't change. They don't change. The song, how you find the song doesn't change really. The research which you do, the song, you're looking on Copynob, you look on Line Dancer, you look on anywhere else that people have put in. Happy Thursday, who's ever just come in. So I normally go, if I'm checking if anyone's done the song, I go to Coppernob, I do Line Dancer magazine, then I also do, I just put it into Google. I just put the name of the line dance and see what pops up. And most of the time, Google, if you put it into the, will tell you, hi Nina, and it will tell you what's that about. So that's your song, and the research, you've checked everywhere, no one's done a dance to it. The structure. So the first time you get the structure is you're going to break down the song. So we know it as 4s and 8s. So when you get the song, you break it down into 4s and 8s. I just want to show you something. I have no idea what this is, but that's the structure anyway. So that's where we're breaking it down, and they're in 8s. Or if you can see the little ones here, this is 4, this is 8 underneath. So 4 and 8, 4 and 8, 4 and 8, all the way through. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do that. And then you're going to pick your structure, and then we're going to pick dance styles. So then we know whether you're going to do a cha-cha, whether you're going to do a waltz, whether you're going to, sometimes with dance styles, it can be just a line dance. You've got two-step, you've got West Coast swing. You don't have to, with the word line dance, sometimes you don't have to go exactly how the music, etc. It gives you a sort of a wide berth. A lot of people that come in from different styles ask, what is it? And just sometimes you can answer it's a line dance. That's it. You can get away with quite a lot sometimes. But it depends then on yourself. So what we're trying to do is every single person in here that's been before, which you can see, the idea of this ice and me is to make you into your own brand. So that's the idea. You have got to come across now and say, right, I'm starting. I really like the idea of what I want to do. I want a career in it. I want a career in it. I want to build my name up, build my reputation up. So from before, what we've got to do is, people know me as I do country, and recently you've seen me, for the last 30 years, I do a lot of other stuff as well. We're good to go. The things with Darren and Kate, two-stepping away, all the dances like that. If you break them down, them dances, I haven't changed the way I choreograph for the last 30 years. When we were in here last time, exactly what I taught you, if you break down, we're good to go, is the same structure as what I'm going to teach in here. If you look at two-stepping away, the same structure. If you look at make it, the same structure. They've been really strong. If you look at all the dances that are up there in the top 10, they're near enough, even by different choreographers, they're the same structure. So what you've got to try and do is learn how to put dances together. And this is a very comprehensive course on how to break the music down. So we've gone to dance style. And that dance style, it can be, like we say, cha-cha, nightclub, waltz. We'll show you how to listen for that and do all of them different things. Accents are really an interesting thing because each choreographer, who is what I would say top-level choreographer, listens for their own style of accents. Some go lyrics, some have the lyrics, some have the backbeat, which is on that 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's some go, which I like doing the odd numbers. I like listening for the odd numbers and then picking it out. So a lot of people think an accent is sort of the waltz. You go down on the 1, on the waltz. So that's very basic accents. You can hear the downbeat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But every single song has accents. Every single song, and I'll show you how to pick them out. We go to pixie dust. Now, when you get to pixie dust, we named this because it's that little bit of magic. I've done it for 30 years. What sets that dance, the dance that you're making up, this dance that you come, how are we going to get walk into a hall, get the instructor then to look at your dance and go, my class are going to love that. And then they go on the floor and they dance your dance. And at the end of the dance, they go up to the teacher and they go, really like that dance. That's everything that you've just done above. So the song is perfect. You've done the research because you're the only one to do it. You've built the structure the way we're going to teach you now. The dance style, you've picked it, so you're not doing a cha-cha, you're not doing something fast and it fits the music well. It was made for it. The accents are, you've picked the little bits out in the music that people, when they're dancing, just normally, they'll go, ooh, that feels really nice. That feels really nice. The pixie dust is sort of listening to the music and the lyrics. If it says go around, if it says stomp your feet, they're obvious ones. But sometimes it might be you spin, or it might be something in the music where it's got a break in the music. We'll show you how to hit the breaks and then how to do it. Story is all the above put together in a storyboard, and we'll show you how to break that down. So we'll just show you, say, right, okay, when we do the first set of 8, every time it comes in, the first set of 8, second set of 8, third set of 8, fourth set of 8. We'll show you how to break it down into 8s, 16s, 32s, 48s to begin with at a lower level, and then higher, at a higher level, we'll show you how to do A-B phrase dances, not A-B beginner dances, A-B phrased and all of that. We'll get into how to do that at a higher level. Then once you've got the storyboard, so once you know a break comes in the first 32 at the same time, in the first set of 8, it says turn right. In the first set of 8, every other set of 32. So we do a storyboard and saying, right, okay, we have this, we have that there, we have that there. So now we've got to put the steps together to make it work, find out the level. So the story, then comes the choreography. And the choreography, once we are doing the choreography, you find when you're building the dance and you're learning, you're coming up with new steps, that's pixie dust as well, coming up with something new, a nice combination. And if you look at here, this is the old board. I was going to rub it out and rewrite it, but I just wanted to show you. I haven't altered it since the last one. So it's a freeze, a rumba box, the shuffle, and the switch steps. And I'll go through that with you as well when we break this down a little bit further. Okay. And then as we get to the choreography, we've got to the level. So you know the dance then. When you've built the choreography, you know what sort of dance it is. So you know what sort of level it is. Or you pre-do the level and say, right, this is an A-B dance, absolute beginner. You've got to really be careful what songs you put in it, what steps you put in it, and is it going to fit that level? Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes you can make it a little bit harder, but then it makes no difference because the instructors are going to like it or not like it. They're going to put it into that level or not put it into that level. If you look at Heave Away, is going really well for me at the minute. It is like other dances, because if you look at what we did before or what anybody's doing, when you're teaching basic steps, there are only so many basic steps you can put in. So you have to find the right song, you have to put the basics together in the right way, and then you make it fun or you make it feel good. And that's the whole point in there. That's the pixie dust, that's the whole point right down there. When we were doing, when I did Heave Away, it's got that nice, I'm sure I've put the music in before, it's got that nice little piratey Celtic feel to it. Start off with a walk, back 2, 3. Every single time in the accents and in the music, it says heave away. So when I'm doing this, it's nice and easy just to do that. I've started calling that shippy-doo, but it's just so the beginners can get it. step together, step. Then we did a backing clap, because every time they clap as a beginner, they like noise. So it's back and clap, back and clap. When we break the song down, now if you notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it's heave away, heave away. It's the same thing. So I've done 4 on one foot, 4 on the other foot. I walk forward for 4, and I walk back for 4. I go for right for 4, I go left for 4. Then I go back for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's a little change in the music here, twist, 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 twist. And that's where they always come up with some sort of thing in the accent. Side and touch and side and touch, and then we walk around, because it does say something about walking around. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit harder. It is the same steps as Maddie's dance, the other dance, whatever Maddie did. Rock It to the Sun. So Rock It to the Sun, side touch, side touch. But the idea of doing an A-B dance is the steps, you want them similar. So you want them similar to other dances. That's why it's quite hard when people say, you've copied this. I said, well, I've not. I've just done a forward walk and a back walk. Step together, step together, step, which is beginner. This, I've done them a twist. And then side touch. So they might never have done a twist before. So when you're doing Rock It to the Sun, they've got the walk, they've got the back, they've got the vine, they've got the vine. Then they go out, out, in, out, in. Never done that before. So they're learning something new. Side touch, walk around. They've never done the walk around before because they're absolute beginners. When you do that then, and you do heave away, you say, okay, I'm going to do this. This is beginner. This is beginner. This is beginner. They haven't done a clap and a twist and a twist. So when you do the twist and a twist, they haven't done a twist yet. Side and touch, I can do the same as that. We can do the same as Rock It to the Sun. What on earth is that? I have no idea what that was. How did they get in? I have no idea how they got in. Anyway, it's a private group. Anyway, let's move on. Did you see that? Did anyone see that then? No. So the idea then, and then when you get to the level of whatever level it is, are you all still in, by the way? Because up to Rita, I've not had anyone saying anything yet. So I've got great seeing you here by a Facebook user. Someone said hi, Nina. Are we all still in? Or am I talking to myself? It says 6 people. Still here. Hi, Dave. Okay. All right. So yes, we're in. So the idea there is when you've done the choreography and you've gone to the level. Okay, lovely. So you've gone choreography, then you've gone to the level, you've picked the level of the dance, and then you've gone to promotion. So this is all about you. This is all about Rita. This is all about Debbie. This is all about Dave. It's everybody. It's what you want out of choreography. If you just say, right, I really want to just try it, that's it. I want to just try choreography, see where it takes me. Or you say, yes, but I just love country. I've got classes. I just want to do that. No, I know, Dave. But Dave, your songs are amazing. The songs you keep putting in for us are amazing. Brilliant. Brilliant, mate. So this is where we're up to. So we've got to, what you've got to find is, this is the whole 10 commandments of how we're going to do. And then each session, we're going to start breaking it down, which I am going to do in a little minute. So from here, when you've got the promotion, you've done the level, you've got the level of the dance, you've finished the dance. So the idea then is you want to promote it on the line dance circuit, you want to promote it through Line Dancer Magazine, through Copper Knob, anywhere that you can do it. You have to have the video to put out. You want to get that out there. The way you do that and promotion, really, if you look at how the top 10 do it, they have a really good email system. They have respect. Now, the respect comes from dances that you're going to choreograph, that you people go, oh, I recognize the name, I recognize the brand. So that's what we're going to try and do in here, is give you a brand. I remember Darren, David and Darren. Darren likes Improver, Poppy, and he's always very good at it. He's got some really nice ones there. Elaine's come in, she did a lot of really nice ones. Everyone's coming in and they're getting their own little niche of how they enjoy choreography and what the level is, what they want to go to, but then they try anything. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break it down so you as a brand can go out and go in with the big boys and see where we get. This is a nice community. So Rita, I know Rita is in here already. You're going to find everybody in here is friendly and very supportive. Everybody. And how we do it and how we work through is you bring a song, you introduce a song into the group, and we sort of go, yeah, but it might be boring. Or when we break it down, we'll show you how to break it down and say, okay, you're going in for a beginner dance, an absolute beginner dance. When you go to the structure, we'll show you how to do the structure. That's got 4 or 5 tags in it, or restarts, or it's a mess. It doesn't count out. Sometimes you might have 6 counts or a 7 count. And for that level, it's too hard. So then you say, okay, what you're trying to hit with that level. And then the song itself, if you go to like, there's songs out there now which have got a definite intermediate plus vibe to them. So they're like when you're dancing them, or when I know Brenda in America, she likes the West Coast swingy with the heavy beats underneath, but it's got little intricate bits, syncopated bits. That won't go for a beginner style or an A-B dance. You might be able to bring it in Improver. So it's just what we're going to help you with is try and get into the zone of where you know exactly where each dance, each music, each song should fit, and then how to break it down. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to try and go through each bit and each section, and we're going to do the song, we're going to do the research, and we're going to do the structure. So what you want to do is, and the song and the research are in this program, which shows you where to look for. So it'll show you when you go in onto the website, and we'll fix that for later or tomorrow. Laura's going, oh, don't do that. But it's dead easy to fix. It's on there now anyway. And then all it will be is it will have section number 1, and it will show you me going through YouTube, going on to Line Dancer, how to do it, going to Spotify, where to find the music. So it's where to find and how to find the music. So if you look, we were going through, this is a quick way to do it. So let me see if I can do this now. Boom, 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 boom. Sure. Okay. Let me just do that a bit bigger. Okay, so this is my class from this morning, Tuesdays and what have you. This is what I go through. I've been teaching them a little bit. So all I would do is, and this is, I've done a dance called Texas Echo. So this Swing Baby, David Ball, I like his voice. I like it for doing, I do Cowboy Charleston to that. And I think I did do an old dance called Cheeky Charleston to that track. I like his song. So what I did was I clicked on David Ball. So when you go to Spotify, I like his music. It's old-fashioned country. So I said, I like his voice. I like the style of country. Some people don't like it, but it sort of fits in with me. So what I did then was I clicked on David Ball. He took me to his albums, and I literally went through his albums. And the first time I heard Texas Echo, it's got the sing-along factor to it. So what you're looking at is saying, right, which audience am I going to hit it with? Which audience is that going to work with? And it works with a good country audience, likes a bit of a sing-song. You've got poppy classes which will hate it and drive them nuts, or you've got a good country audience which is they like country music, they like good, it's an old Texas swing style music, and I did a nice little easy dance to it and works. Do the same structures. I knew exactly what audience it was going to hit or what I was trying to hit with it, and I made the dances and the steps fit that, went through the choreography of it, didn't need a tag or a restart in it, so I just made it nice that everyone could do. Hi, Teresa. Okay, so that's how we look for the music. So I literally then, and then Aaron Goodwin, but everyone does. So now when you find here, let me just knock that off. When you find the song, or you'll go through that. Now that can happen on iTunes, and iTunes, Spotify, and all of them now send recommendations. They look at what you're doing. They look. So if you look here now, and I go down here, these are the old ones, what I did from before. Let me see if I can put that back on. Okay, so if you see that now, that's a bigger. This is, I titled it Until the Music Fades. Now, what happens is that I was looking through, I put some songs in, and then underneath, it's very cool, because underneath that, it then gives me recommended of that same, all the same tracks that are above that. Underneath, it gives me the recommendations of the same tracks. If you were to put, but then I found something that it does do, which is not very helpful. If you put the top 20 in of line dance the top 20, then it comes out, because it's got algorithms, it comes out with a load of line dances underneath, or dance songs and everything which has been used. But if you turn around and say pick, that's how I got Make It. All I did was I found a song that I liked, a singer that I liked. Somebody had done a dance to it a while ago, and I went, I really like his voice. Click on him, and then I'll go back through his albums. Or if I'm looking at Damn and I look at Brett Kizzle, and I'm saying, right, okay, there hasn't been one out. Has he done a new one yet? So I go on to Brett Kizzle and I'll check out, or I go to his old albums. So if he's done Damn, and he's done Cecilia, and he's done what Cody Johnson has done now. When we found out Cody Johnson, I exactly the same way as I'm explaining now. When I found Cody Johnson, we did Dance Her Home. And then what happens, we went through all the dance, all the hits that he'd done, all the songs that he'd done, and found 2 or 3. As soon as you put a dance out and it's going well, or the voice is good, every other choreographer who has got any sort of brain, any sort of experience says, thank you, Rob, thank you, Maggie, thank you, Gary, I'm going to check out. Next minute now, Gary's got probably what's going to be very high in the charts. He's got Till the by Cody Johnson. So that artist then becomes open to everybody. So what you've got to try and find is, if you're building your career and building your brand, you sometimes have to go off. I always go off to a different place, find some different choreographers, different musicians and everything doing the same thing though. I'll check and say he's got a nice voice. That song is not really a line dance, but he's got a good voice. I'll check his music out and see if he's got a line. And literally all of them have got something that you can use. Then you have to go through your structure, through that top 10. And once you've got your song again, you go through, build through your structure. So that's where and how you would start as your choreography. So if you just come in and Rita has come in, I don't know whether she's come in really quick. So I don't know a second name. I don't know whether Rita is, you're in the circuit or you've just come in for a nose and you're having a look and seeing what happens. So the idea is when you're coming in and you want to build your career, I know Nina and everybody up there, we're building, they've got some good dancers behind them now, solid, they know how to do that. So when we go into the next session, which you can definitely, all the money, the money that you've paid, it gets you into each session. Come in for the beginner one, come in for the level 2 one. It just gets you into the idea of what we're doing a little bit better. And then in the second session, we're going to introduce music this way. So on the beginner session, I'm just going to use it as a beginner from what's my 12 till 1. It's your 11 till 12, yes? Or is it an hour ahead? Can't remember. I start at 12. So that's 12. It's what time in the UK then? Is that 1:30 now or 11:30? No, it's 11:30, isn't it? Okay, 11:30 now. I forgot which way around it was. So from that in the UK, it's 11:45. Thanks, Dave. And I've got to get used to all of that as well again. So it's going to be funny. So that's where we are. That's how we're going to work it. That's how the whole Rita is. I only know her by the first name in here because she was very late coming in. So I would have looked her up and just had a look. Okay. Thank you very much, Nina. And Rita, it's going to be a ride. You're going to go on to a journey that you never expected. It was in the middle of COVID for us, and everyone joined me and supported. Lives in Finland, lovely, and you're going to enjoy it. So you're going to enjoy the ride. Hopefully, you're going to get information. Rita, I don't know whether I only know you by your first name. I don't know pictures or anything, so I don't know whether you're a good dancer. I can see. I don't know whether you're a choreographer because I don't know the second name. But you're going to go on a journey. So we're going to go on. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it, and hopefully you're going to pick something up for me. Remember, right at the beginning, no one has ever done this before. So no one has ever gone on and taught continuous choreography courses and carried on with them. So this is all new. Remember, it is only my opinion. It's only my opinion, and then I try and get my opinion across. If I see other choreographers doing the same thing, John Robinson tried it for a little bit. They tried to do it in courses. No one does it. No one's yet done it this way. First of all, because I'm out in the open for anything, any advice, but anything you're going to give me tricky questions, I might not know the answer to. So it's sort of, it's just my advice, my opinion. If I hate the song, I'll tell you I hate the song. That doesn't mean don't do it. Or if you get to a point, I'm going to be a little bit more open, I think, on when we stamp it. And what happens with the stamp is when we go through and we'll put drafts together. So the idea now is once you've done this, you pick the song, we show you the structure, you do the structure, you send a video in, which you're going to see if you come back into the class after. When you come back into the class after, you'll see a video by one of the choreographers in the group. And then what we do is I give my opinion. And the idea now is, because I'm only going to be doing it on Thursdays or something around that, the idea, what we found out, that we didn't really need to do it every day once people got into it, because you don't want to put 10 dances out straight away. We need to work on each dance and work through each draft and say, yes, okay, it's balanced, the structure is correct. Why do you need that tag? We don't really need that tag. Is the tag going to put people off doing the dance? Or is it okay? If you're doing a beginner dance and you do a turn, which is quite hard, I remember doing that with Darren and Elaine in the one that did really well, the swing. The swing dance, we had a rolling turn. We said, change that back to a vine and drop it down a level. And when they did that, an intermediate dance can put the rolling turn back into it when they're intermediate. But then it hits a bigger audience, and it did very, very well. I'm sure it still danced everywhere. It hit a bigger audience, Sundance Swing. So we had it in the choreography, in the build up to the choreography, when we were putting one of them in, there was a turn in there. That would have been one draft to show that. And then we'll say, right, okay, take it away, take the turn out, and either replace it just with a vine or do something else over them 4 counts, and then bring the draft back. So then they would bring it might be draft 2. It can go up. I think the record was with Antoinette, I think it was 17 drafts. That was in the really early days. And yeah, I think it was 17 or 18. But then when we did that, gold, it was in the improver, and it went right to the top of the charts, and it was there for a long time. I'm probably still in there. So, but that took 18, and I went right down to change each syncopation, put 132 releases since the beginning. 132 releases since the beginning. Bring on, that's a 20. Yeah, that's how many we've got. Paso Volando. Yes, yeah. So you'll find me, and this is what happened as well, Rita. You find the first 2 or 3 weeks when we started it, I was trying to be very nice to everybody, and I was just saying, yeah, it's nice. Then after 2 or 3 weeks, I think Tom got the first one, and Tom got the first. He felt that he got the okay. He got the full blast, but then after the full blast, he said thank you, and everyone said that's exactly what I'm after. I don't want a pat on the back if you don't think it's right. I want you to tell me exactly where you think the dance is, if it needs changing. And David and Darren have had me, and it's constructive criticism. It's dead straight. As I see it, it's as straight down the nose as I can say. I've got no issues with anybody. So I want everyone to do well. I want everyone's dances to do well. And the whole idea of you coming in here is I want to help you build your brand. What I am going to do is this year, I put my name on a lot of the dances, which we did to promote it. Because if I have Rob Fowler on there, there's a lot of people, I have a lot of people who would look at the dance. But then what I'm going to do now is give you the option. You can put my name on it if you like to. If you want to put ice on it, you like to. And if you just want to leave the ice bit off, we can do that as well. But what happens with ice is if you put that on, it promotes the brand. What happens with the brand ice, it sort of gets people to know that the dance has got structure. So we won't stamp it unless it is a good song, a structured dance, it flows nice, it's in the right level, it's got a lot around it, it's gone through it's got the ticks in each of them boxes. So have a look at it, at least have a look at it, rather than coming in and going, oh, I don't know them, oh, I do know ice. And that's the idea. Ice, I know Rob's helping or something like that with ice. Debbie Ellis, I've heard of that name. Elaine, all of them, they've got their brand, and it's just building the brand. And then when people look at it, it's like one of the top shelf. So it's like one of the top shelf. I understand ICE, every dance they put out, it's in that way of doing it. It's they've got good structure to it. So I trust the brand. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get good dances, put them out there, not blast them out, not do 50, 60 dances and then do that. It's put them out nice and make sure everything's in there correct. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it's 53. All I'm going to do is I'm going to come out, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I'm going to save it, what we've done. I know it was just an introduction, this one. But then, let me put that back in. There you go, top 10. And then I'm going to come back in 5 minutes with a brand new hot cup of tea. And then we'll start it into the next session. And I'll start bringing the music and the dancers in from the other one. It's been very interesting, first start. I haven't played any music, so I've not got knocked off. So that's good. And we're in our new environment. So it's cool. No? ICE is in, is it? I've not seen that. Who have we got? Is it a dance, or is they saying ICE is the choreographer? Oh, well, so it'd be nice to do one. I have a secret as well, which nobody can tell. So I have been asked to teach at the CBA Awards in January, and I've got 2 weeks to come up with the choreography. So okay, that's cool. As long as we've got a nomination. The only trouble is you've got Streamline and you've got all the other platforms and everything like that, who have got 100,000 people in them. Rachel's events and all of them, they've all got thousands of people in them. So it's nice to be nominated, but this is not the same. This is not the same idea. Yeah, we have tough competition. That sort of thing, that people know we're here, people know we're enjoying it, and we're just opening up. Gary and Maggie doing Celtic, yes, and all of that online, yes. So they have about 10, 15,000 emails to send out. So let's not worry about that. Let's just be thankful we got nominated and ICE is there. So but if you look and you've got ICE, I've not seen that, I don't know what the nominations are, but if you've got ICE, and then the next nomination is Gary and Maggie, and the next nomination is going to be Streamline or whatever it is, or it's going to be, it's nice. It's nice that it's in, it's straight away. So straight away it's brand, and that's up with the top in the world. So when you put ICE on as a choreographer on there, and a platformer on there, people are going to say, I understand what ICE is, I know what it is, we'll go with that. Okay, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. I'll see you in 5 minutes, back on the same ones. You have to come out, come back in. Thanks very much. Remember, always remember to say, save, download and save. Okay, bye-bye.